Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I want to show you how you could turn a text and convert it into speech. This is also known as TTS or text to speech. What would make you ever want to do that? Well, I'm not sure. Perhaps you would get some information online or you have a text document and want to convert it into speech and so on. Also, there are many websites that offer you text to speech, and if you want to create one, there are several ways to do that. And in this video, I'll show you the easiest way to get started. You would have viewed a couple of videos online where many softwares used, but I can say this one is the easiest. Let's use Python for it to start coding. Python is a high-level language interpreted known for its simplicity and readability. Python has a large standard library that provides support for various tasks and protocols, making it suitable for a wide range of applications, including web development, data analysis, machine learning, artificial intelligence, scientific computing, and automation, and much more. So we need to install Python first. Along with that, we need a pip package installer for Python to install various packages to suit our needs. Pip is a command line tool that allows you to install, uninstall, and manage Python packages and libraries from the Python package index and other repositories. After installing Python and pip, in order to verify whether it has been installed, just stop Python. I will install the latest version of Python 3, so hyphen version to confirm if it's installed, and pip 3 hyphen version to confirm if the pip also has been installed. Once these two are installed, we are good to get started. So let's create a file called text-to-speech.py. Text-to-speech.py. In order to get started with this, let's use a pip package called GTTS. It is Google Text-to-Speech, a Python library and CLI tool to interface with Google Translate text-to-speech API. So let's use that in order to convert our text-to-speech. So in order to use that, we need to install that first. So let's run the command pip install GTTS. Sorry, since I'm using Python 3, it would be pip3 install GTTS. Yeah, it's installed. Once it has been installed, we can start the code. So let's first import the GTTS package. After importing, let's define a function convert to speech, and in this function let's have a text entered as hello world, and let's have the language to use as English for the text to speech conversion. Later, let's set the TTS. So in order to use the GTTS package, we have to set few attributes. So let's have GTTS and let's set the text and the language. Actually, it's language is something optional, but let's set it. Let's save that into a file. Let's name it as output.mp3. Right? Text converted to speech and saved in output.mp3. Right? So now let's call this function out. Convert to speech. Python 3 dispatch convert text to speech. Now if you see, we have got an output.mp3, and if you run it,
Hello world.
it actually gives the audio version of it. This is pretty straightforward, but let's add more functions to it by having an input box where we would give the input text, and that text would be converted to speech. So let's make it a bit interactive. For that, we need a library called tkinter. tkinter is a Python binding to the TK graphical user interface toolkit. It's actually a standard library, a Python interface to the TK graphical user interface toolkit, and it's Python's standard graphical user interface library. So let's start with that. So in order to get started with tkinter, we have to install pip3 install tk. Yeah, so once it's installed, we need to import it. So let's import tkinter as tk. Fine. Then we have to create the main application window. So in order to do that, below this function, let's define a root element, and in the root element, let's call tk dot tk of. So it defines the root element, and in root, let's set the title as text to speech converter. Okay, so let's have a comment for this, like let's mention it as, let's create an application window as the main application window as the comment, and the next one, let's have a text entry, and in the text entry part, this is where we'll create the text box for inputting the text. Let's have it as tk.text and have the root element specified, and height is equal to 10 and width equal to 50. So text entry dot pack, let's pack the element over here, and this would actually help to create a text box for inputting the text. Okay, so let's have it, and let's create a button to trigger the text speech conversion. In order to do that, let's define a convert button variable, and in that let's have a tk.button, and in that let's have a root element, and in that button let's mention it as convert to speech. Okay, let's have the text as convert to speech. Okay, and after this, let's define the command, which is actually the function to be called. So let's copy the function name and just paste it here. Yes, so again we have to pack everything, convert button dot pack. Okay, this actually does this, and there's also an option in this tk enter, like we can start the have an event loop, like it will keep on be calling it. So let's remove this function, and root dot main loop, so the display doesn't ends and it keeps on running unless we close it. So this is the event loop. So let's have a comment here to mention that as well. Fine guys, so we have already, so this is actually get replaced each time when we run. So let's delete it first, and in this convert to function, what we have to actually do is we have a text defined, and let's have an text entry to be set. So text entry, this text entry which is being loaded and packed, and we have to get the text from the text box. So there's an option called 1.0, and we'll define end con where it'll actually get the text from the text box. Okay, after getting the text from the text box, we have the language, and this, let's have a comment here to denote that this will actually convert text to speech. Very easy, right? Just to put 4 lines of code. So now let's start a function. Okay, actually a window gets popped up. Okay, let me have a text. This is my first live coding YouTube video. Please show your support by subscribing to this channel. CHANNEL. Yes, okay, let's click on it. Okay, I got some error, exception intended callback, and bad text index and LC. It's not LC, and it's actually 1C. It was a typo, sorry. So let's end the program and run it again. Okay, let me type again. This is my first live coding YouTube video. show your support subscribing to the channel. It actually got converted and we got output.mp3. So let's run it.
This is my first live coding YouTube video. Please show your support by subscribing to the channel.
You can add also a lot more functions, like each time when a text is entered, a new UUID is getting created, and we'll get different new mp3 files. So this is one of the basic version of how we can convert a text to speech. There are more such options available in GTTS library as it upgrades as well, so you can check it out in the official GTTS documentation. So over here it will actually show like what documentation, like how we can use it, what are the various other features available in this particular document. So that's it, guys. All right, let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, as it really mean a lot. And thank you for watching.